And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with a brand new video. It's your boy, it's your host, you know the rest, you know the rest. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning back in. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the humble abode of FootySessions, man. It's a Chelsea versus Lille review. Chelsea, obviously, 2, Lille 0. But obviously, we're gonna have a second leg. But in this case, we don't have any away goals. So we seriously need to wrap up this game before it actually goes to France. You get to understand? We seriously need to wrap this game up before it actually sees France, because the way Lille were playing yesterday, they were actually coming for us. They didn't give us any sort of leeway. Even on the 90th minute, when we were actually leading, these boys were actually coming at us. They were actually giving it to us. You get to understand? Just like the very same way Palace actually gave it to us. You get to understand? They weren't like taking it lying back. You get to understand? So I believe we go to in the second leg, it's gonna be like serious. It's gonna be more serious for them because they're on their home turf and all of that. But the way we actually played yesterday, I was actually quite impressed. The way we so fluid, we actually played 100 times better than the Palace game. I actually played 100 times better than the Palace game. We were so fluid in the front. Pulisic, your Havertz, your ZH, they were so in sync yesterday. Everyone was so in sync, including Kante as well. Everyone was so in sync in terms of defending as well. For the first like 20 or 30 minutes, we looked at very, very shaky. We looked very, very shaky. Especially Rudiger and Alonso. They looked very shaky. So, but other than that, man, we were so in sync. Even our midfield was also a problem as well, except for Kante. Our midfield was also a problem as well, except for Kante. So the way we played, I was quite impressed with our attack. So I was very, very happy with our attack, the way we attacked, the way we actually linked up play, the way we actually didn't waste any balls. That's what I was so happy about, man. The way we didn't actually waste any balls. Pulisic was so sharp yesterday. Everyone was so sharp in the forward, in our attack, man. Everyone was so sharp, man. Everyone was so sharp. But let me jump into the lineup and the formation that we actually went with, and I'll also talk about the individual performances as well. We actually went with 3-4-3. Actually went with the 3 at the back, and then we had like four players in the middle, and then 3 attackers as well. So as the goalkeeper had Mendy, obviously we had Mendy, and then right wing back we had Alonso. Alonso started the game yesterday, and then no. Let me talk about the back, our centre backs. We had Rudiger, we had Thiago Silva, we had Christensen as the back 3, and then the left wing back we had Alonso, and then the 2 pivots in the middle we had Kovacic and Kante, and then on the right, as the right wing back, we had Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta was so good, man. And then the front 3, we had we had Kai up top, playing as a false 9, and then was he playing as a false 9? No, he wasn't playing as a false 9, because like he was actually playing as a 10. 9. He was actually playing as a 9. So on the left we had Pulisic in his natural position. On the right we had ZH. So starting with Mendy, man. Mendy, I didn't actually see any much of. He had an off day. Let's have it right. He had an off day because Lille was actually like, they didn't have like any shot on target, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't have like any shot on target. So for Mendy, it was an off day for him. Even though Lille was so pressing at times, they didn't have like any substantial or any actual shot that will actually face Mendy. You get to understand? So Mendy had an off day. Let me put it like that. And then Rudiger looked very, very shaky for like the first the first 30 minutes, man. He looked very shaky. He was losing balls. He was misplacing his passes, losing balls and misplacing his passes. He was getting caught out, especially by Renato Sanchez there. So after Renato Sanchez actually getting Kovacic, he was actually coming for Rudiger. So yesterday, it was a thing of Thiago Silva was actually playing like 3 positions at the same time. Thiago Silva was everywhere. He was playing his centre back role. He was playing the left centre back role of Rudiger's as well. For the first 30 minutes, let me put it like that, for the first 30 minutes, he was actually covering for Alonso as well. Rudiger was up for the 30 minutes. For the first 30 minutes, he looked like the Rudiger from under Lampard. He looked like the Rudiger from under Maurizio Sarri when Maurizio Sarri was about to leave. He looked shaky, very, very shaky, dog. Yes. So Rudiger, okay, he actually made it up for. He made up for that. So, he actually played good after that. So, yeah, props to Rudiger after that. And then we had Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva, as I said, he was actually covering everything in the defense, man. He was actually covering everything. Because I remember, I can't remember who it was, man. It was Renato Sanchez. Renato Sanchez was playing so good that he was actually bossing everyone in his way. He was bossing Alonso, he was bossing Kovacic, he was bossing Rudiger in the first 30 minutes. That after Renato Sanchez actually bossed those players, Thiago Silva had to pitch in. And do the cleaning up. So Thiago Silva was doing a lot of cleaning up in the back, man. I can't understand how this guy is like 37 years old. For me, he's like the best defender right now. He's like the best defender right now, alongside Rudiger. And tell me a proper defense. I know you're gonna say I'm getting ahead of myself, but come on, man. 37 years old and he's still performing like he's still 20. Come on, man. You gotta give Thiago Silva his flowers, man. And then you had Christensen. Christensen wasn't okay. I didn't see much of him, but in terms of aerial duels, in terms of men marking, he was there. He was actually there. He actually pushed up so many times. And then you had your Azpilicueta in terms of bombing forward. Tracking back, he had a problem, especially with Bamba. That guy was actually bumpering hands. Azpilicueta was actually bumpering hands of Bamba. I don't know what I'm saying, but then, yeah. Azpilicueta was actually having a problem with Bamba, man. He outpaced him so many times. He ran him over so many times. They are only unfortunate that these guys they actually didn't have that end product. If they had that end product, man, I swear, Lille would have scored like 3 or 2. Because as Azpilicueta was being run over, Alonso was being run over. But in terms of actually going forward, bombing forward, actually putting in the crosses, SP was your guy yesterday. SP was your guy, dog. Like, I think he was the one that actually had like the most crosses in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Because the amount of crosses that he was putting in, man, it was a lot. So we had SP run over, but in terms of bombing forward, good. And then you had your Kante. I don't know whether to talk about Kante the last minute or should I actually talk about him now. Kante was so magnificent, man. Kante was so good. We talked about Kante not being himself since the starting of the season. But today, dog. Kante played like his old self. He was actually like talking to his element. He was actually pitching into his element again. He was actually recovering balls. He was actually doing so many link-up plays. But for the first 12 minutes, the thing with Kante was he was actually losing balls there and there. But in terms of recovering them, he did like a massive job, man. He did like a massive job. He did like a massive job. Kante with the cheese scope, man. You can never go wrong. Kante with the cheese scope, man. Man of the match performance, as I said. Kante did a clean job yesterday. Did a clean job. Recovering balls, link-up play, his link-up play, dog. He was playing at like, I don't know. His link-up play with CH, Pulisic, and Kai. Yo. Now I see the vision why Maurizio Sarri played Kante as an 8. Now I see it properly. Tina, we didn't understand back then. Or why Kante was played as an 8. We were like, nah, play Kante as a lone 6 because he was actually playing as a lone 6 in Leicester. Only to find out this guy's like good in terms of bombing forward and actually having your link-up play. He was actually having like your link-up play, but in terms of recovering of possession, losing balls, he was shambolic. He was actually shambolic. He was losing balls so many times in the previous games. He was not recovering balls. He was so poor. So other than that, man, Kante, man of the match performance. You have your bits. He had his bits and pieces, man. So other than that, moving on, Kova ran over so many times. I can't say Kova had a great game. He was injured. In the second half, we actually saw he was injured, losing balls so many times, man. Renato Sanchez had him. He had him. He had him for breakfast, lunch, for dinner, you can name it. He had him. Renato Sanchez had him. I don't know whether Kovacic was like injured for the first minute and like we didn't see him and he was actually trying to run it off. I don't know. But Renato Sanchez had him, dog. So Kova was poor. But I'm not okay because we actually having the final on Sunday. And he's not going to be playing along with CH. So, I don't know. But we have Jorginho and Kante as well. So, moving forward, we have ZH. Okay, in terms of link-up play, but your crosses, his off-the-ball movement wasn't that good. Like, he didn't have so many crosses. I don't think it was his day yesterday. Today. I don't think it was his day. So, he didn't have a great game. For me, he didn't have a great game. But in terms of link-up play with your Kante, as I said, with Kai as well, he had a proper one. And then Kai as well. If we have Kai in the as our striker, right? There's so much fluidity, there's so much runs, there's so much link-up play. Instead of actually having your Lukaku. There's a difference. Now we can see, Oguti, there's a difference between having your Lukaku as a striker and playing Kai as a striker. There's so much fluidity, man. There's so much fluidity with the ball running forward because Kai doesn't actually sit there and wait for the ball to be on his feet. He actually makes room for the ball. He actually builds up for the ball, like coming in deep and then going forward with the ball. That's the difference between Kai and Lukaku. And then you have Pulisic, man. Pulisic, I'd give him a 10 out of 10 performance, man. I would give him a 10 out of 10 performance yesterday. Even though it wasn't like his best, I'll still give him a 10. His movements, man. He was getting tackled so many times. And there was this other time when he had to defend the ball as well, and he did good. On the left, Pulisic does things, guys. So giving Pulisic that left wing position, man, let's keep it there. Let's not give him that centre back position on Sunday. Let's not mess things up. I think we should go with the same lineup except for ZH and Kova on Sunday. With the same position, same lineup, go in. Because I don't think Rich James will be like 100% for the game. Even though he'll be back before the Sunday game. I don't think he'll be like 100% in terms of match fitness and all of that. You get to understand. So Pulisic, I'll give him his he deserves it. I'll give him whatever he deserves. But like, yeah, talk. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure that you subscribe. Please make sure that you like the video. Please engage with me in the comment section there. If you have any thoughts about what I said about the game, if you have any thoughts about the lineup, about how we played yesterday, if you think Uguti, Lille are going to salvage something out of this in the second leg, please hit me up in the comment section there. Other than that, guys, have a peaceful one.